night, which features the visiting Minnesota Timberwolves.
Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle.
Guy play. D-run shops are. I was
coming off of that. Up top, around a Gobert screen. Finds Gobert inside, kick out. Edwards lines up the three. Left it short, and a rebound. Chased down by Watford. Couldn't snatch it away from Johnson. This is Maxwell Lewis, quick trigger, knocks down.
Also have good chemistry too in their pick and roll game. Nick Claxton is an athlete too that can get up and down the floor. He's got great length, shot blocker, disruptive defensively.
Randle for three, and he answers.
He had some comments post-game about what it was like to try to guard him. It was pretty funny listening to the Minnesota Timberwolves give praise to Nikola Jokic and just takes D'Angelo Russell's dribble right there.
Have a tiebreaker that puts them in the 6th spot, but the reason I say Edwards has to calm down on all the barking, his next technical foul will lead to an automatic suspension.
Yeah.
You can ill afford to have Edwards out over the course of these final remaining games. Conley, no good. McDaniels offensive rebound, left it for Gobert, kick out to Randle. Randle, three more, no good. Tipped over and secured by Claxton, bringing it up himself. Johnson over to Russell for three, well off the mark for the Brooklyn Nets. Edwards, and hand opens him, his to the toe with a 60-point triple-double.
In some ways, they did a really great job against Nikola Jokic because, you know, obviously they were undermanned too. No Jamal Murray in that game.
Lob up top, Claxton. Claxton in his 6th year. He's played his entire career thus far with the Nets. Signed a 4-year, $100 million deal in the offseason. Conley, quick drive, no. Tipped up and off. Inbound to Gobert. Gobert gives it up to Edwards. Shot clock under 10. Edwards for three, no. Here comes Johnson the other way for Brooklyn. Johnson in the lane, out to Russell. Russell averaging about 13 points per game in a Nets uniform. His 2nd stint here in Brooklyn. Just inside the elbow, left the shot short. Edwards pushing the tempo, now a retreat, give it up to Conley. Inside, Randle, off glass, no. And the Wolves struggling with their shot, just 1 for 8 in the early going. Another lob up top, no one.
Credit here for putting some pressure on Minnesota, making them miss. Just 1 of 8, as you mentioned.
Randle, hard drive, floats it up and off. Gobert off in that last outing against Denver. 21 offensive rebounds in that game. 22 second chance points. Poorly missed shot there. Randle across the timeline, in the lane, outside Conley. 3-ball, can't hit from the corner. Another offensive rebound. Russell tried to sell an offensive foul instead.
I'm saying it's the best basketball I've seen him play in a Timberwolves uniform. The way that he has been so tenacious, Michael, on both ends of the floor. The offensive rebounding that he's been doing, and he's taken it to another level.
That's saying something. He's had some good stretches in his short time as a Timberwolves player, but he's been tremendous in the last 5, to your point. Off the miss. Wolves running. Conley dumps it off. Edwards got the deuce. Over for Brooklyn in this ball game. Randle, size advantage on Russell. Couple former Laker guys. Here's Conley. It rotates to McDaniels for three. Left it short.
Everybody, I think they just told him to on the bench. He wanted somebody to review that.
There's the first foul on Randle. Still a 2-point ball game. Russell off the mark. He's now 0 for 3 from the floor. Edwards. Mid-range. It rolls in. Checked in. Sitting out Tuesday due to a 1-game suspension for that scuffle against the Detroit Pistons. Minnesota on a 9-0 run. Claxton, dream shake is in the bag. I didn't know. Yes. Averaging 10 and 7 on the season. Midway mark of this opening quarter. DiVincenzo on the drive, kick out, and just
the middle move.
We don't see the back to the basket game that much anymore.
Yeah, I know. And you get excited. As a big guy, you get excited, especially somebody that played with Hakeem Olajuwon. You know, it's like you get excited when guys try to pay homage to him. Nas Reed's got that in his game, too.
Corner three, Maxwell Lewis, no good. It's also Timmy time for the Brooklyn Nets right now.
It's Timmy time's been good time for the Brooklyn Nets. He's played well in a Brooklyn Nets uniform.
DiVincenzo, long range three, won't drop. Offensive rebound, Gobert through the trees. 17 points, 15 rebounds in his last 5.
Exactly. And you know, one of the frustrating things for me watching Rudy, and I've watched him for a long time now, obviously, even going back to his Utah days, is that he wouldn't always go after everything. He wasn't always the force that you wanted to be. At times, he's more worried about his man scoring than he is helping somebody else out in terms of shot blocking, leaving his man.
Yeah.
But he's been doing a lot of that recently, and he's just been really hard to play against.
Oh, the look away.
Think about that Piston game. That lead right now, pretty substantial. Duran has 207, and we coming into this game, Rudy at 200. So he's had a bunch in the last 5. Been fun to watch.
This is Uwoma on the drive, spinning, dumps it off to Timmy. A push shot won't go, and here comes DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo on dribble around trouble, gives it up to Nas Reed. Gobert looking for a teammate, finds Edwards for 3. Yes. 17-9 Minnesota. Bigman. And now Uwoma with the rock. Leaves it for Timmy. Timmy kept the pivot. They're getting nothing on the offensive end, but they do get a good look there from Whitehead, but couldn't knock it down. And Reed will bring it across for the Wolves, looking for a double-figure lead. Edwards generally gets energized by the road crowd. Doesn't have a look here. Reed sets the feet, short on a triple. Long rebound, even.
The willing passer.
Bigman gives it up. Uwoma behind the back. This is Etienne to Uwoma for 3. Well off the mark. And the Nets 28th in offensive rating, 29th in field goal percentage. Edwards, that pass deflected by Bigman and stolen. Derek Whitehead attacking Reed, missed the layup. Rebound secured by Gobert. Ahead to DiVincenzo. Outside, no. And rebound secured by Brooklyn. Etienne over to Timmy. Nets with just 25 wins on the season. They have a lot of draft capital in the coming year.
Across the NBA, Michael and Jim, this was obviously a cause near and dear to the Timberwolves.
Special moment that will,
throw some that we're going to do that. He's going to wear a t-shirt too. We should really tweet that out so people can get their t-shirt. They can wear it the same night we're going to wear it. Might as well support the whole thing. So we'll keep her and go ahead and order one right now. So be ready when we're ready.
We'll give the date as soon as we get it. Nets finally get a bucket. They had missed 7 straight shots. Minnesota currently on a 16-4 run. Randall rifles that pass over to DiVincenzo. No good on the 3. I feel like Randall could be at least a minor league pitcher. I mean, the velocity on his swing makes it 19-14.
Are you saying minor league because the accuracy is not good? Is that what
I just didn't want to. I'd rather disrespect a minor leaguer than a major leaguer.
Okay.
Whitehead. Oh, all of a sudden,
a high usage player for the Brooklyn Nets this year, but he's a high draft pick who they expect him to be good. He's an excellent player, but he just, kind of like how we've seen with Minnesota. I mean, the fact that Rob Dillingham is...
They have the most man games lost. So when there's a special player that is visiting your town and it's just one time and you want to come out and see Anthony Edwards, This is Timmy with the electric slide of his own, missing on the three. Wolves did not shoot well in that first quarter. Have some work to do in the offensive department. They're fine defensively, although Brooklyn went on a run to close that first quarter. Nice pass here. Gobert out to Naz Reid. Reid penetrating out to Conley. Conley now gave it back to Reid. Reid nearly lost the handle. Clock winding down and did not.
Great job of staying in front and making them give it up, and they've just not been able to get an advantage.
Wolves looking for their fourth straight victory. This is Timmy in the lane. 99 points off the bench in his first 3 games in a Nets uniform. That is 1 point shy of the franchise record for most points in your first 3 games as a Net. Richard Jefferson owns the record. Oh, nice feed. Alexander Walker. 2. Keon Johnson back out there on the floor for Brooklyn. Penetrating on Alexander Walker. Stripped. Lost it out of bounds. Things that you expect night in and night out from Nickeil Alexander Walker.
Does whatever's needed.
Reid behind the back. Fires over Whitehead. Won't drop.
Naz is trying to
2
find
for 14 from 3.
Naz is trying to find a rhythm. He's 0 for 3 in the game.
Owoma out to Johnson. Flicks the wrist. Trifecta. Brooklyn has taken the lead. Minnesota just has not been able to find rhythm in this ball game. Dangerous pass there. Conley up top, working on Whitehead. Throws it up, go out below. Bigman over to Owoma, and that pass.
Another dunk for Rudy. When you play against a team and you don't know 3/4 of the names on the other team, if you don't have any idea who that person is, which I think a lot of people watching this game have never heard the names that you're saying right now for Brooklyn, you know that team's probably going to be playing hard, and this team is.
Yes.
This is their Super Bowl right now.
Conley no good on the triple. They're 2 for 15 from beyond the arc. There is a silver lining. It said we don't expect that to continue. Whitehead stripped by Alexander Walker. He's diving on the floor.
We used to say that Sacramento was Minnesota's biggest rival because they had all those great classic games back in the KG era against Chris Webber and Vlade Divac. But
Etienne off the heel.
I think Sacramento fans would say the Lakers are their biggest rival. And if you talk to Denver fans, and now I think Denver's Minnesota's biggest rival. Denver thinks that their biggest rival is the Lakers too.
I don't want to hear anything.
But I told I'll tell you what, it's a rivalry now. You can't deny that Minnesota-Denver is just some of the greatest games that we've seen. But it's been fun to watch Nikola Jokic and Anthony Edwards, and before that, Karl Anthony Towns going at it.
And maybe one of the reasons the Wolves have dominated that series in recent memory is the fact that they don't think it's a rivalry. Watford
had a premonition that Jordy would be a head coach sooner than later, and he was in fact right about that.
Edwards tried to turn the corner, will fire the midi, and it rattles in. We'll stare down to Brooklyn's bench. Minnesota was down 24-22, and they reeled off 7 straight. In the lane, shot won't drop. Alexander Walker pushing the tempo. Minnesota finding an offensive rhythm now. Edwards on the logo, matched up with Johnson. Oh, they left him. Has time to think about it. Can't hit the three. Oh, he was Will Smith in the living room.
Well, Rudy Gobert was at the top of the floor getting accosted out, and no foul was called.
Watford missing on the layup. Got it back, tried to spin out of trouble, and a nice no-look dime. Tosan Owoma.
Rudy Gobert is 1 point away from another first-half double-double.
Dangerous pass.
Yeah, man.
It was deflected, so it's not an over and back. And then
issues that the Timberwolves are doing right now. He's doing a great job of rebounding, just playing hard and hustling. So they got that, but then Coach Finch asking his players to be more thoughtful in their shot selection. Michael?
Thank you, Leah B. Another rebound for Rudy Gobert. He has 12 in this first half. High on Daniels with his first field goal of the ball game. Claxton, man, battling with DiVincenzo. They were going at it. Gobert, another rebound. This rebounding tier, which you highlighted, Jim Pete, is just ridiculous for Rudy Gobert. He's averaging 15 rebounds in his last 5 games. He's going to get to 15 rebounds in the first half. DiVincenzo, no good on the tough look. And now Brooklyn will try to cut into this 5-point deficit right down the lane.
Just everybody they bring into the game as an athlete. They are playing hard, they are defending, they are fast, and they are taking advantage of any kind of mistake Minnesota makes.
Edwards, fancy.
Painted area, kind of that mid-range jumper, and then the footwork that he used, the reverse pivot to get that open shot was a difficult shot to make.
Nice speed, Uoma in the corner. Brick on the 3. DiVincenzo headed the other way, over to Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker on the drive, kick out in the corner. Jaden McDaniels attacking, finds Null. 3-ball, no. And there's
same size, and Rudy easily wins that tap.
Edwards, 12 points in the first half. Ball rotates to Reed. Reed in attack mode, puts it up and in.
He willed that one in.
Nets have won a couple of games in a row as Claxton got the roll. Sign for Minnesota. Julius Randle at the scorer's table and ready to check back in. Edwards.
Just a tremendous athlete and a different kind of player than D'Angelo Russell, obviously.
Edwards out to Reed. Alexander Walker finds DiVincenzo. Randle on the floor. Can't get back on the scoreboard. Offensive rebound. Edwards. Good. Watson lost the handle. Coughed it up. DiVincenzo racing the other way. Behind the back to Conley. Chris Finch really upset with that decision to go behind the back there in a fast break opportunity. Wolves still shooting just 38% from the floor in this first half and just 3 for 19 from beyond the arc. Etienne. He has 5 points off the bench. I would give him a delay of game 2. We just wasted 4 minutes on a flop. DiVincenzo over to Randle. Randle, nice skip pass. Conley for 3. It goes down.
I've got his second assist of the game.
Watford going at Reed. Scoop. Randle got it back to Conley. And now Randle looking to go to work. Surveying the floor. Over to DiVincenzo. Back to Julius. Julius on the drive. Another good pass. Reed. 3 more.
Julius Randle, who got him the basketball back again. And there was nobody in the corner with Nas Reed.
And Randle dishing it. 3 assists in the...
It's going to be interesting to see who's part of the future here in Brooklyn. Trendon Watford is one of those guys. We saw him in Portland, and he was a very good player there. Has a lot to like about his game, too. But a lot of draft capital here coming up for the Brooklyn Nets.
Yes.
You and I were talking about this earlier today.
Conley throws it up. Tipped up. Nas Reed finding a way. The lead is 11. Pass inside. Claxton making. That was momentarily the largest lead of the ball game. 80 seconds to go in the second quarter. Wolves have found a rhythm here in this second period. DiVincenzo over to Conley on the baseline. Back to DiVincenzo. Pump. drive, back to Conley, 3-ball.
Plays stellar basketball for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Think about how he started the season shooting.
Yeah.
He's now 10th in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage. Backpedaling and turned his ankle on the foot of Nets head coach Jordi Fernandez. Minutes and again, good to go to start this third quarter. Nick Claxton starts the action in the second half with the floater in the lane. It's 49-39. And nice steal by Claxton off the interior feed from Julius Randle. Claxton gives it up. Outside look goes down. Chatter with the Timberwolves bench.
Nick Claxton with 12 points, leading Brooklyn in scoring. Got that floater to start the third quarter here, and the steal after that. That led to that Maxwell Lewis 3.
Good ball movement. Randle, deep corner, got a tray. Movement, assists on their 19 field goals, 52-42. Watford won't take the three, will penetrate, stops. Stifle Tower doing Stifle Tower things. Forces another.
To the opposite corner, and the ball found it.
That's 2 air balls in this game for D'Angelo Russell. He's 0 for 4 and 0 for 3 from beyond the arc, coming off an 18-point performance on Monday.
He was 0 for 3 in the first half. He only played 6 minutes. And he got those first 6 minutes of time, and then he didn't play again.
Gobert gonna go with Claxton here. Count it.
It's Detroit, and he's attacking the offensive glass particularly, and then defensively protecting the rim. He's going at everything. Altering shots, never minds, and actually blocking shots at a high rate.
And he's enjoying his 6th straight double-double.
Yeah.
Outside look goes down. 55-45. Edwards. Over to Gobert. Gobert, skip pass. McDaniels out to Randle. Randle flicks the wrist. Can't hit from deep. Lewis the board. Over to Russell, and he Russell can't hit. Man, how about Lewis skying and diving on the floor? These are the little things, the hustle for the Brooklyn Nets that Jordi Fernandez is proud of. They're not a good offensive team, not a good defensive team, but they battle. Edwards once again drawing a crowd. Wants a foul call, gives it up to Randle. McDaniels to Gobert, turns inside, and he's... And his high level of play continues. Minnesota leading by 11. Trying to snap a 2-game win streak for the Nets and increase their win streak to 4. Russell just outside the elbow, won't go down, and he is searching. 0 for 6. Conley gives it up to McDaniels. McDaniels for 3 and does not get the bounce. Claxton getting up for the rebound. His 5th of the ball game. Watford got the leg. And that trio with the identical record.
And that's why that game against Memphis is huge.
Oh, the flush. 47. And again, the Wolves in the driver's seat now. 6th spot. After tonight, 5 games will remain, and it's the easiest remaining schedule in the NBA. Claxton, showing a little bit of everything. He has 14 points to lead the way for Brooklyn. No other Nets player is in double figures. Oh, Maxwell Lewis showing off the athleticism. Conley threw it right to Claxton with the hammer. And the Wolves, the attention to detail is just not sharp enough right now in these last few possessions. Ball rotates. Edwards got a 3.
It was when it got Minnesota some separation in the first half. They were up 49-37, Michael, at the end of that first half. 37 points. That's a low point total for an opponent for Minnesota. It's time for the
McDaniels with the rejection. Watford got floater goes down.
Fewest of the season for Minnesota.
Conley and step into a three. And Johnson gives it up. Watford back to Johnson. Johnson won't take the three. Watford will drive instead. Kick out, stolen by McDaniels. McDaniels gonna take it himself. Nobody. Keon Johnson with the rock on the logo. Brooklyn shooting 43% from the game, 30% from beyond the arc, and they're calling a foul on defense. Inside, the layup goes down. I think one of the reasons, from a talent standpoint, the Nets don't have a lot of. So even if they struggle with their shot or defensively, like the effort level has been pretty high.
Especially someone like Drew Timme too, who's like he's really a good basketball player. He's getting his shot right now. Gets one to go there. Not until that tough layup inside.
There's Timme with the rock. Lewis caught in the air, gave it up to Timme. And Timme gonna have to make a play. 5 on the shot clock. Finds Lewis. Lewis, dump off Timme. No. Rebound DiVincenzo. Quickly ahead to Reed. Reed shovels it to McDaniels. Owoma bumped by Reed. And
stronger this year. He's not even the same player in the same realm as last year. So much more aggressive.
Owoma.
He raced Nas to the rim that time. Chris Finch was not happy. It's a heck of a move, though. I mean, he did it with great speed and effort.
Gobert, nice pass. Devo, short.
How many times have we seen Rudy in this game throw a dime in a short roll or in a pass-out situation and find the open shooter?
Lewis no good. He's just in the zone right now.
He's at the right place at the right time a lot, isn't he? He is just patrolling the painted area.
Edwards working on Whitehead in the lane, drawing the crowd. High pass to Reed. Corner three won't go. Rebound secured by Lewis. Again, this has not been an efficient offensive game. Both lingering, loitering, hanging around.
Drake Whitehead was a good player at Duke University. 22nd pick in the first round 2 years. So, I mean, he's pedigree. He's a guy that filled that corner right there and drained the three-point shot.
Short hook good. Finish on hook shots. Under 3 minutes to go here in the third.
Giving you a steady diet, Michael. Excuse me, on right and left hook shots too, by the way.
Yes. Big Mark and Chris Finch. Classic. Reed. Over to McDaniels. DiVincenzo draws the crowd. This defense swarming for Brooklyn. And they force a turnover. Whitehead blocked. Oh.
Dante that time got back 2, but the block by Alexander Walker. He had 2 great blocks against the Denver Nuggets, didn't he?
Oh, big pass! Now you
in New York, we went to the Nas Reed night in New Jersey. Kersey was retired, and that was one heck of a night. It's great to see Big Johnny get all that love that he deserved.
And he went on and had a big game against the Knicks.
Yes, he did.
Randall for 3, the former Knick. Wolves are 10 for 15 from the floor here in this third quarter. Owoma turns inside over the finger for 2. Randall backing down Owoma, out to Devo. Can't hit on the 3, and DiVincenzo 0 for 6 beyond the arc. Etienne swat. Whether or not DiVincenzo can knock down a 3, it's Whitehead in 3 games. That's the 7th longest active streak.
Wolves just have a bunch of players. Julius gives up another beautiful dime that time. Well, they've been entertaining. It's been entertaining.
No question. No question. These guys are scrapping and, again, auditioning to play in the future for the Nets or for another team. Conley the miss over to DiVincenzo. No threes tonight for Dante. Instead, no, can't get a 2 either. He is 1 for 9 in this ball game. Johnson throwing it up. Claxton had it been signed. Great defensive play by the Wolves. Conley leaves it for DiVincenzo. Pass. Conley. No. Rebound Claxton.
Wolves living on the edge on that possession. I mean, seemingly falling off the tracks at every turn.
That time. DiVincenzo. Baseline drive. Toss out. Alexander Walker over to Conley. Conley, the right-hand floater, no. And couldn't get his own with bodies on the floor. 77-69. Brooklyn trying to go on a spurt here. Watford. Backing down Alexander Walker. Good hands by Nikhil. Watford got it back. Shot clock down to 5. And the lane put it up with the
floor. And Chris Finch is going to put him back in. Minnesota's getting beaten up in the paint. So 15 points, 16 rebounds. The Silver in the last 5 games, 82 rebounds. This is to my point about Rudy. It's the highest rebound total in 5 games since he's been a Minnesota Timberwolves player. So it does speak to some of what I'm talking about, how he's playing the best basketball that he's played in Minnesota.
Claxton, wild shot won't go.
Gets a stop inside right there.
Edwards, 18 points on the night. On the drive, takes the contact tonight. He entered tonight.
Point game in Denver. 337. Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Luka Doncic, and Anthony Edwards. That's a pretty good list to be on.
No question. Here he is on the contest on Oklahoma. Double figure lead. Wolves trying to add to it here. Alexander Walker trying to rifle it inside. Go Bear!
Some of the catches. Think about some of the catches that Rudy's had, Michael, in this stretch too. He's had some great hands on some passes that have been a little bit off target, and he still handled them. We got some neverminds going on too right now.
Gobert on the drive. Bully ball
and make some noise.
Show it out that time by Rudy Gobert and the teammates. Minnesota's team had that unbelievable explosion that they got off the bench, and they greeted Rudy. First game, I think, more. But man, his teammates right now really believe in him and trust him.
It's just all about repetition. It's give and take. There is Stifle Tower with the rejection. Couldn't control it. And Claxton, 85-71. This is the largest lead of the night for Minnesota. Trying to close the curtains on the Nets. Conley off the heel. Tapped out of Gobert's hands. This is the fast Johnson. Outside look. Etienne, no good. Rebound Edwards. Quickly ahead to Reed. Reed. Conley. Baseline drive. Weaving around traffic. Puts it up and... Conley did not protest, which was an indicator.
Kind of like Etienne's game. Kind of like Etienne's game, don't you? I mean, he plays fast. He's physical. He's got a strength to his game that is, for a young player, is admirable.
Derek Whitehead well off the mark on the 3. Rebound scooped up by Conley. Ahead to Big Jelly. Big Jelly lost the handle on the way to the cup. Etienne to Johnson. Nearly 5 minutes gone by in this 4th and final period. Pocket pass over to Timmy with his 2nd field goal of the ball game. 85-73. It's kind of been interesting in Brooklyn. The Nets with 25 wins. They're 12th in the East. Edwards, catch. 4th three-pointer of the night. At the moment, he leads the NBA in 3-point field goals. Watford in the lane. Pump, kick, Timmy working on Gobert. Pump blocked.
He was not getting laid up on by Drew Timmy that time.
Alexander Walker, the cookies. Edwards, the highlight.
When is the traffic over that lake? Is that the Brooklyn Bridge right there? I mean, when is the traffic
That was
over that
not
lake?
the Brooklyn.
what bridge was that? George Washington
That
Bridge?
was Manhattan.
I'm not familiar with all the bridges here.
It's a lot of bridges. That's Maxwell Lewis. Before the game, as you know, there was a lot of traffic.
Oh, man.
I don't know what time they shot that footage. It must have been at 2:30 a.m. Alexander Walker over to Edwards for three. Yes, sir! He's a cold-blooded assassin.
Yes.
He smells blood in the water, and he is closing the show. Timmy got that off quick. How good was he at Gonzaga?
He was a great college.
Ankle that he hurt in the first half. Still has that hand taped up from that laceration on the thumb. And just putting everything he has into this ball game. Defending Whitehead here. Whitehead, the skip pass, outside look. Lewis can't hit. Rebound secured by Randall. Loose. Minnesota by 16. Alexander Walker rifles the pass to Randall. Randall out to Edwards. Edwards for three. No. Rebound. And it goes over to Alexander Walker. Randall, fresh 14 for the Wolves. Randall spinning on Oklahoma. Turning inside. Faded away. And he got the rope. Filthy. Nearly a pickpocket. It is. But it's scooped up by Timmy. Lewis can't hit. Rebound Whitehead. Ball rotates. Lewis sees an open lane and got the leg.
Nice. 10 points in the game for him, 4 of 11 shooting. Rudy's kind of stuck on 17 rebounds, 19 and 17 for Rudy.
Alexander Walker, the offensive board. Alexander Walker on a Gobert screen, down the lane, scoops it home. Finish.
Nikhil played that whole fourth quarter against Denver and then in both overtimes. Didn't score in the fourth quarter, but boy, he had some big shots though. Slot three.
No question.
And the free throws at the end is all 3-point shots. And by definition is better as well just because he's seen so much and the confidence that that kid has in himself. I'm excited for the end of this season and for the playoffs to come.
Timmy can't hit on the three. We have 3 minutes to go in regulation. Wolves on the cusp of their 4th straight victory. Randall. And that pass stolen by Brooklyn. 16 turnovers for the Wolves. Whitehead can't get the lay on the other. You got the Brooklyn Nets coming up in a couple of effort and performance in this ball game against Indiana, where they had so many guys out, and you just don't know who's going to show up. But
you say
it's
that
just been a different approach lately.
You had the greatest march in team history, and
right. And the losses were
some of the losses were just gut wrenching. That's all.
Alexander Walker, beautiful feed. Bound shy of a 20-20 game. Oklahoma. That last play was finished with a Rudy Gobert flush, but how about Nikhil Alexander's confidence? Alexander Walker's confidence. 10 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists coming off that game Tuesday. Here he is for 3.
Exactly. I just want to see you that goddamn photo.
No. You're wrong for that one. Oklahoma getting a 6 or higher seed, and yes, getting higher than 6 is certainly possible for Minnesota, as Lewis misses in the corner. That is the 18th rebound of the game for Rudy Gobert. But you avoid 7 or 8, and you get a full week off before the playoffs start Thursday. Luka Garza on the floor.
Enough about Josh Minot in this game tonight. What Josh Minot did in Denver. And
no question.
He's had a heck of a run here, too. Anytime Josh Minot has gotten the chance to play here in the last stretch of games, in the arc for Josh Minot, the games that he's played, Michael. So He's had a really good stint here, and those 10 points that he scored against Denver, they were huge for Minnesota's bench.
For some time. The three-pointers they four from beyond the arc.
Yeah, game 2.
Huge. In just 12 minutes of work. ATN over Highland, can't hit, rebound Garza. It's Dillingham, Garza, Minot, Leonard Miller, and Bones Highland. And Timmy with the deflection. Maxwell Lewis on the drive, kicking it out. Whitehead doesn't have a look. Operating on Garza, will fire a deep three. It's no, I don't hit something. And that won't drop from Owoma. And now the Wolves will have an opportunity to dribble out the clock and get their 4th victory in a row. Not much drama tonight. .105-90, the final score.